Alright, hope you guys are all doing good. I'm able to squeeze in a shave today. Today's Friday, May 28th, so getting really close to the end of the month and getting into June. Let me go ahead and load the soap today. I am using, this might have got brought up in the last video, this is a Shave Revolution brush from a few years ago. This is considered a high mountain white, but it's also labeled as pure, and basically the idea behind this brush was to offer a badger knot that was less treated chemically, and this does have a little bit more natural stretch, but nonetheless the construction of the knot is still very good. I used this I think earlier this week with the same soap. This is the Scuttle sample. If you guys haven't seen, this is the PAA Travel Scuttle. This is the sample that it comes with it. So this is PAA's CK6 formula, and I think this is just called Planet Phoenix. This is one of my favorite scents in a long time. So what I do is I scoop some out because it's a pretty soft soap, smear it on the dish, and then I'll load. There's a little bit of residual water from the just soaking the knot. But I'll tell you guys about the setup. I'm going to use the carbon titanium with a which base plate? The plus base plate, which has a little bit less blade exposure than, maybe I left a little bit more water in the brush than I actually thought, because this seemed to pick up most of the. Alright. That wasn't exactly how I was anticipating that load to go, so let's do this. We'll just take just a little bit more, just in case that's maybe not enough. But these last couple times I've been trying to shave on video, I can't seem to get the loading right on the soaps that I'm using, so I don't know. I guess I am kind of trying to rush. I'm still staying busy, so trying to get these shaves on videos just hasn't been as casual as I would hope, but that's right. Okay. But yeah, I'm using the plus plate, which has which was the most recent one that I got to revisit. Last year I was able to try it once when I was on the Damn Fine Shave pass around, and the plus base plate was kind of the first carbon that I fell in love with. Got to try the prototype of the minus base plate, and I really like that one. And then the when I ordered the titanium version of the plus plate a couple months ago, got that, and I think that right now the plus plate and the minus plate are probably my preferred razors for daily shaving. The original base plate just seems to just have a little too much blade exposure for my skin. It's not so much that I don't like the efficiency of it on my beard. You know, for my daily beard growth, I seem to have enough beard growth that requires like 2 passes. So generally I will try to consider a against the grain first pass, which is what I'm going to do today. I think this is like 36 hours beard growth, so a little bit over a day. But let me add a little bit of water. I like this knot. I'm going to keep using it, and if I find that the scritchiness doesn't gradually, wear off a little bit, I'll just start. I'll show you guys me casually bleaching it, just to slowly get the tips of it just a little bit more soft. But the knot itself is exactly what I was anticipating. Lather's great. The warm water seems to hold in the brush, so you can kind of get a little bit more of that luxury feel. Yeah, the scent of this soap is really nice, and I'm really digging the performance of the CK6. I'm actually going to be ordering my first full tub of CK6 sometime relatively soon. So, all right, let's just go one more little dip of water. This is looking a lot better. I touched on this however many months ago, but the texture on the CK6 formula, it does kind of, I don't want to say bubble. I don't know if it's because of the cocoa butter. Honestly, as much as I love cocoa butter, I don't know that I'm 100% sure that when I'm like loading this and it gets real bubbly, or not bubbly, it's just, it kind of, it separates. It kind of gets like puffy. And then what you got to do is you just got to, you know, kind of drown it. So, all right, this is good. This is done. Okay. But yeah, I really have no trouble with this. It's just kind of like with the Ethos. As much as I love the performance, there's just something about like an SV puck, for example, that I just like loading off of a hard puck. So anyway, that's what I do. If it's a soft soap, like Mystic Water, the Ethos, the CK6, I just prefer to scoop it out, smear it across something that's a little bit wider, and then I go from there to load. So once again, this is the Plus plate. If you guys can see there, I'm using the Made in England. This is the Wilkinson Sword London Bridge. Not to be confused with the Chinese-made Gillette London Bridge. Both are good blades. I think that these are proving to be a little bit closer to what vintage blades are, meaning just they have a little bit more notoriety for smoothness, sharpness, longevity. This is a brand new one. I was using one earlier this week for maybe like five shaves. Seemed to work well. I got a small amount of these, so this is my second one. I just decided to crack open another one. They say that they're super stainless. So, in general, most of the blades that I find I really like. Not all of them, but quite a few are coated, be it platinum chrome. Shooting for that against the grain pass. But yeah, like if I have multiple days beard growth, the Plus base plate from Carbon seems to really work well. The big difference between the original base plate and this, I notice the blade gap. The increased blade gap seems to work better for me, because I try to really get as much off in each pass. I like the original base plate for with and across the grain. It's really not my favorite for going against the grain. This one doesn't have that same kind of feeling, at least to my skin, where the original base plate will kind of bounce on the against the grain pass. That's just my experience. I sent Douglas a message asking again about this CK6, the Phoenix, Planet Phoenix. If it's something that may be available. And he says it's possible in the future. I guess him and Fran were saying right now it'll remain a Scuttle sample exclusive. So there's something about this scent that is just very, very very enjoyable. Like it's actually pretty hot lately here in SoCal. So I've been kind of, I tend to like the citrus floral scents. So I did on one of my last shaves, I'll just tell you guys real quick what I shaved with. I did use Colonia one time this week. I also used, God, I haven't used this in a long time, so I know I don't have the label. This is the Schaff Milch from Haslinger, which is the ewe's milk and lanolin. For those of you guys that maybe have tried the Mitchell's Wolfat, if you wanted to like it, but the performance of the lathering maybe got in the way, that ewe's milk and lanolin is what I think, you know, a lot of people have kind of mentioned as being a very easy alternative to use. So I got a really good shave with that. I'll reuse that sometime soon on camera. Okay. Yeah, first pass, that gets rid of a lot. I'm not going to really need to do too much. I think, yeah, that, I don't want to go too much more. But yeah, I think I'm going to be getting some new stuff next month just to kind of treat myself a little bit. I'm going to get a scented serum. I'll get a matching shave soap and aftershave, probably from PAA. I'm going to get I'm trying to decide. There's a sandalwood scent that I want to try, and I'm not sure if I want to get it in an aftershave or if it's an EDP. I may, on a whim, decide to just get both, but I'm trying to decide which one I may use more. So, okay, just get a little bit more water in here, and then we're good. I don't want to irritate my skin, but just pull this out a little bit. Okay. But yeah, just this scent is, it kind of drives me nuts. It's something that is very warm. I mean, it kind of drives me nuts because I can't put my finger exactly on what all the notes are. There's quite a few different scents that Douglas and Francis have online. Excuse me, I'm probably going to sneeze. I don't know if it's got sandalwood in it, amber, myrrh, frankincense. Maybe it's got some patchouli. I don't know if there's tobacco in it. This base plate's really nice. Like right now, it doesn't seem like that blade exposure is too much for like where my skin's at. I mean, I'll give some credit to the blade too. I think this is a pretty well respected blade. I was thoroughly enjoying these last week. Look at all my against the grain little weepers down there. But yeah, just whatever blend or mix of notes that's in this, it's really enjoyable to me. So I'm gonna hold tight, and when this scent becomes available, I'll for sure be getting a aftershave and a shave soap set of this. So if you guys want to get yourself a nice scuttle for 20 bucks and then get the CK6 sample of this scent, it's one, even like I said, in warm weather, although I prefer to use something more citrus, maybe citrus floral. This one is just like, it's really solid. Okay. All right, we're not going to overdo this. Just changing my shirt a little bit, but yeah, the last video I talked about brushes a little bit. I think I'm going to touch on that sometime this next month in June. Excuse me, it's pretty hot, you guys. I do have them here. Hopefully sometime in the next few months I'll get this figured out as far as a new handle, but I really love this knot. This is worth keeping, like I said, for the rest of my life as kind of like a good daily brush. Again, sometimes there's just certain people that would prefer on video to not see synthetic brushes because they're badger people, and I get that. Again, I'm kind of one of those people, but this I've been using just a little bit more out of just kind of touching back on an old brush that I, had a little bit of experience, like I said, trying in the prototype phase, and it's cool to kind of have it, 5-6 years later, especially now that if there's something that's not soft enough, I don't have to let it go. I can kind of do my own bleach treatment process. So I apologize that this video is so much more rushed, but anyway, usually when I do this with the PAA aftershaves, I'll wait because they're a little bracing. I'm going to use a PAA Chella Cool. I remember using Razor Rock, what was it, P160 aftershave, which was a almond scented. Let's let this dry for just a little quick second. Because I don't know what Douglas uses for this scent. But the P160 aftershave, I got like a pretty immediate reaction to. So, at least for me, here's what I do with these alcohol aftershaves. I can just let them sit on my hand for just a little bit longer. Ooh. I don't know if that's the menthol or the alcohol, or if there's any feeling from the almond scent. Ooh. Skin feels really smooth. And I hate to kind of question, because for the most part, I've never really had a reaction, I think, with any of Douglas or Francis's aftershaves, meaning like a fragrance reaction. This has happened before. Their menthol, I really like. It's kind of hard for my eyes to... Whew. Yeah, I don't know. this may be one of the cases where I may have to just update you guys in the next shave. I have no idea once this sits on my skin for another 5 to 10 minutes. But again, I only say that because the last time I used a specifically almond scented soap or aftershave, I definitely had a negative reaction to it. I was not the only one though. I remember that was a really common thing for the P160. I feel like my nose is running with how that menthol kicking in. Now I just got a little bit of cocoa butter. But yeah, it was kind of like fairly faithful that this aftershave was going to work fine. I don't know why this lighting. Does my skin look red? I think it does, but I think that's just a combination of shaving fast, using that the pure brush, and then just having less beard growth. So I think everything's going to be good. Anyway, like I said, I wanted to squeeze in a shave. This is one of my quicker videos in quite a long time, but sometime next month you guys will see more discussion on Badger brushes. You guys will see some different software. I'll be using some SV for sure next month, but like I said, I'll probably give this a shot again, the Haslinger Ewe's Milk and Lanolin Schaffmilch. I'll be using quite a few different blades. If it's a daily shave, you'll probably see me using the plus plate again, the minus base plate. If I'm doing multiple days beard growth, you'll see the plus base plate. Maybe I'll throw in a Lupo shave next month. But yeah, I guess to just wrap up, if you guys are curious about this, I think it's worth getting the Scuttle. The Scuttle, I have 2 of these, kind of for the same reason. It was worth wanting it, wanting this bad enough to just order a second Scuttle, but I now use both of the Scuttles, not in every shave, but in case I want to travel, I can keep one at home and take one with me. I think once my skin just has, maybe 10-15 minutes to chill out, it's going to be feeling good. So it is a little bit red, but that's kind of the crummy part about just my facial skin. Anytime I'm finished with a shave, most of the time it doesn't look calm. Sometimes if the shave is perfect, I won't have much of a reaction, so to speak. But I'll give you guys an update at the end of, at the next video, and let you know how this Chella Cool went. I really like almond scented soaps. I remember buying Chella like 7 or 8 years ago, walking into West Coast Shaving and getting that classic red tub, and just like my eyes were just like, whoa, this smells good. But it's a little bit more one-dimensional, so I don't know that I would really want to get like a whole aftershave tub of this, or I don't know. We'll see if I can get a shave in with that Antica Barbiera Cola, because I have the little bit of the shave soap or shave cream. I don't know which one it is, but anyway, tell me if you guys really appreciated the shorter video. I know it's still a little bit longer than most people's, but at least it's not 40 minutes. So if it seems rushed, I apologize. I'm in a jam to work, but I hope you guys have a nice holiday weekend, and I'll catch you guys probably in June. I'll maybe do a video sometime next week. So stay safe, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.